Well, hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Bristol Property Awards Grand Reveal, and I hope this finds you well. My name is Greg from Media Clash. We publish Bristol Life magazine, we run the Bristol Property Awards, and also the Bristol Life Awards. We're absolutely delighted to say we've had a record number of nominations by some way, nearly 25% higher than previously, 176 nominations. Thank you for the time and effort that you put into your nominations. Clearly, not all have made it to the shortlist of finalists, but many have. There are some big categories today, and there's a new one too. Such was the range of entrants. There's much ground to cover, so I'll hand you to our Bristol events manager, Claudia.
Good afternoon, everyone. So today we'll be covering key information that you need to know. We'll be talking to our Grand Reveal Day sponsor, Clarkebond, and then we'll have the grand reveal of finalists in all of our categories. We're live tweeting today's event, so look out for your name if you're a finalist. This will later be on the Bristol Life YouTube channel, and all finalists will be on the Bristol Property Awards website as soon as we're finished in around 25 minutes time, and we'll update on ticket information later. A quick mention that the Bristol Life Awards are back on May the 12th. Silver sponsorships and tickets are on sale now via the website. Category sponsorships are also available for next year, so do get in touch to discuss opportunities that are available.
Yeah, before then, we'll also have our Bristol Life business clubs and surgeries. These surgeries are bespoke deep dive sessions with individual companies showcasing expertise through discussion. Please talk to us if you'd like to be involved. And those business surgeries will be continuing as virtual in the future with enduring value via our Bristol Life YouTube channel. Business clubs will be back in real life soon, and we'll be communicating that shortly. After all, we all know that business begins with a conversation, so let's talk. Claudia.
The Bristol Property Awards are back on November 12th at Ashton Gate Stadium. Given the huge interest in these awards, we're set to sell out once more. So please note partner tables and individual tickets are on open sale via the website now. Limited sponsorships are also available, so please get in touch for more information. And there are very few left, so it's a great chance to build and extend your profile. And look out for the official preview of the Bristol Property Awards published on October 22nd, and there's more on that shortly.
Yeah, you say very few sponsorships available. We actually had someone talk to us this morning, and they're hoping to get an agreement in place before we end our session this afternoon. So if I'm glancing at my phone, that's the reason why. The world of property sometimes does happen on quite short notice. It'd be great if they come forward. Anyway, first, before we get going, let's hear from our Grand Reveal Day sponsor. Here's Max Thurgood, Director at Clarkebond. Max.
Hello, Greg. How are you?
Right.
Yes, very well, thank you. Yourself?
I'm well, thanks. That's a fantastic exotic background you got there.
It is. We've recently had a little bit of some work done in our conference room, which is where I'm sat, and we got one of the local artists in to do some work on the walls for us. So yeah, we got a bit of the edge of a street scene of background of Bristol there for you.
I wasn't aware of that before, but I just think it's great how Clarkebond obviously is a proper scale size company, but is connecting with the Bristol world to that extent, even of having street art on your wall. So good for you. Anyway, so tell us a little bit about Clarkebond, how you, the team, have been in these times.
We've been very well, actually. Thank you, Greg. We're on our 75th anniversary this year, which is quite a nice thing for us, being a Bristol-based company. And obviously, it's been an entertaining past 12 months, but we work very well. We're pleased to be back, as you can tell, back in the office. And so looking forward to the next 12 months.
Good. And what have been your main Bristol projects, and also what's forthcoming? What's in your pipeline?
Well, obviously, we've been actively engaged on quite a number of college and school work locally. We've been involved in the advanced construction skills at the City of Bristol. Some work out at Sandwell on schools. Obviously, there's an awful lot of residential ongoing in and around Bristol. So we've been involved in projects in the Bedminster area and local to our offices here and just down the road from us at MacArthur's Yard. Obviously, there's a lot of industrial work been going on. So we've been doing some sheds for people up at Patchway, bit of healthcare. So yeah, generally all very good and very similar sort of pipeline of projects for next year and moving forward. So yeah, we're quite happy.
I was going to ask you about that. By the nature of your work as an engineering consultancy, you have probably longer time horizons than most. So if you're looking out not just at your sector and your work, but the wider sector. What's 2022 and particularly 2023 at this stage looking like? What's going to be coming through?
I think you can see Bristol being quite a focus in there, certainly in the southwest, but also in the wider country. I think Bristol's got a lot of positive vibes about it at the moment. There's a lot of positivity in the marketplace, I think, across most sectors. And I can see us being quite a centre for everybody to focus on. And there are opportunities in a broad base across the entirety in Bristol. And I think long may it continue. I think it's going to be a bit of a hotbed over the next couple of years. Yeah.
Yeah, there are so many factors in Bristol's favour, from its brand to its positioning in the country to the diversity of business types, the diversity of business people. There's terrific momentum behind Bristol. But just one last question for you, perhaps. Tell us a little bit about Clarkebond's association with the Bristol Property Awards and what you're looking forward to personally.
Our association started a couple of years back. We were very fortunate to be awarded the Consultant of the Year award in 2019, which we were very pleased with. So obviously we're keen and interested to see who picks up that mantle in the next set of awards. So we're very keen to see that one. But I think for me, I want to see. I'm interested in seeing what everybody's been up to, how well everybody's performed, and some of the interesting projects that people have been involved in and around the Bristol marketplace. I'm quite looking forward to see what people have been up to.
In a really good way, the Bristol Property Awards tend to be a noisy occasion. I have to say, I think it's probably going to be noisier than ever. Everyone's just going to be so delighted to get back together and talking about exactly as you say, all the different projects.
I think it'll be a very entertaining evening, and I think everybody will enjoy themselves. We certainly did in 2019 when we were all together, and it was a very nice and a very entertaining event. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Good for you, Max. Thanks to you and to the Clarkebond team for sponsoring this Grand Reveal Day, and good luck to you and all in the coming months. Thank you, Max.
Thank you, Greg.
Cheers.
Thanks, Clarkebond, and thank you to all of our sponsors. Here they all are, starting with our winner of winners sponsors, Allied Hire Services, AWW, Bevan Britain, Blaze Commercial Finance, Walsall Construction, JAS Building Services, Marsh Commercial, MDA Consulting, Missiato Design and Build, Planning Portal, Redland Court reimagined by Juniper Homes, Shawbrook Bank, Spaces, Vickery Holman, Wilmot Dixon and YTL Developments, and of course Bristol Life. Plus our feature sponsors, Clarkebond, Flagship Consulting and Triangle Networks. Please talk to our team if you're interested in becoming a sponsor. You'll clearly be in excellent company.
Yeah, it's an extraordinary roster of companies, and we are so pleased and so grateful for the support, because we all know this has been a tougher time for many companies. We had terrific support when we had our virtual Bristol Property Awards and the symposium back in February, March time, and to see this roster come through now. There are one or two spaces, as Claudia said, but essentially this is pretty much a full house of sponsors, and thanks ever so much to you. Property, of course, is a major part of Bristol Life itself. Let's have a look at this.
Bristol Life celebrates the very best of Bristol. From our bold, intriguing, attention-demanding covers to our carefully crafted content, we love promoting our incredible city. We're cheerleaders for Bristol. We're here to showcase the good stuff and to bring people together, both in print and in person. In every issue of Bristol Life, we encourage our readers to discover more about their city and to visit all its incredible independent shops and restaurants. We'd like to thank everyone who supports us and to send our very best wishes to all Bristol companies in the coming months.
Thank you. That was Derry Robbins, our editor of Bristol Life. And to say we also do run property awards in Bath, Cardiff and Exeter. So if you do business in these cities, do consider attending or entering. The Exeter Property Awards, it's our first time for these. The nominations close on Wednesday, October 6th. Cardiff Property Awards, noms close on Monday, the 18th. And then the awards themselves, as you can see, the various dates, beginning in October, then through November. Again, it's a great opportunity to bring together the disparate areas of the property sectors in those cities, but also in the wider region as well. All the information's on the respective sites. Right. What you've been tuned in for, of course, is the Grand Reveal, and it is just great that so many companies have taken time to submit, and thank you. Yeah, a record number. That just indicates the health and vitality of the sector. We'll show each of the categories, and here we go.
We begin with architect. This category is sponsored by Vickery Holman. and our finalists are AHR, AWW, Barefoot Architects, Buckley Gray Yeoman, EJ Studio, O'Leary Goss Architects, and Stride Blauen. Congratulations.
Yeah, immediately in one, you look at the array of those finalists and architects, a superb list. Congrats to them. Next up, Civic Development, which is sponsored by YTL, an amazingly important company for the wider region. Our thanks to them. The finalists here are the City of Bristol College from Clarkebond, Astley Court from Barefoot Architects, Park Centre at Knoll West, again from Clarkebond, and Wapping Wharf Phase 2 from Umberslade and Muse Developments. Congrats.
Okay, now on to Commercial Agent, where Spaces is our sponsor. Thank you to them. Our finalists are Burston Cook, ETP, and Nexa Bristol.
Next up is Commercial Development, sponsored by Blaze Commercial Finance. Again, thanks to them. Thanks for your support. Our finalists here are the Distillery Glassfields by AWW, Habu at 41 Corn Street, One Portable Square, Nor Development, and Soapworks First Base. At this point, we're going to slightly interrupt proceedings to give you a little flavour of the Bristol Property Awards previous time. Max mentioned about 2019. Here's some images from it. We're looking forward to seeing all of our finalists at the awards on the 12th of November. As a reminder, it's a lunchtime event with awards in the afternoon and then those convivial business meetings in the bar afterwards. They're a very special occasion for all involved in the value chain and for many of Bristol's professional services. When everyone comes together, value is created for us all. One new thing we're doing, so new to market as agents, I want to say, we're delighted to say that we're starting to market the official preview of the Bristol Property Awards, published on October 22nd in Bristol Life. It's unique, well-proportioned, highly attractive media property in the most desirable part of town, i.e. it's in Bristol Life. Advertising will be featured in the exclusive official event guide, all those attending the awards. There'll also be a digital version. And we're steering buyers towards offers in the region of a few £100. That's all it is, only. All sold off plan. Anyway, whatever, it's enough of the property stuff. But please, please do get in touch with the Bristol Life team if you'd like to be part of this showcase of the wider property sector in Bristol.
Back to our finalists. Next up is the Commercial Interior Designer category. The finalists are Buckley Gray Yeoman, Curve Workplace and Arcudio, Interaction, Main Interiors, and Wild Interior Architecture.
Next up is the truly massive category of consultancy. Max mentioned this earlier, but just have a look at this roster in a moment. It's sponsored by Redland Courts, that's reimagining Juniper Homes, by Juniper Homes. These are our finalists. We start with Cook Brown Building Control, Curtins Consultancy, ETP, Hydrock, J4 Projects, MDA Consulting, Mode Consult, but then also MPC, Nash Partnership, Paul Basham Associates, Services Design Solution, Vickery Holman, and Western Building Consultants. And remember, this is the shortlist. These are those who've been chosen as finalists in all our categories.
Now on to Contractor. Many thanks to our sponsor of this category, Marsh Commercial. Our finalists are the Build Bristol Group, Halsall, Harris Evolution, HGL, JAS Building Services, Missiato Design and Build, and Wilmot Dixon.
Again, congrats to our finalists in the contractor section. Next is Developer category, and this one's sponsored by Planning Portal. Thank you to them. Our finalists are Acorn Property, Hawkfield, Juniper Homes, Nord Developments, Urban Creation, and YTL Developments.
Well done to them. Now on to our employer category. Here's who made the shortlist. Calibro Consultants, Curtins Consultancy, Flagship Consulting, Halsall, Hydrock, Morgan Structural, Nash Partnership, Vickery Holman, and Wilmot Dixon. Well done.
Again, I mean, just what a great roster. Next up, it's Financial, and our thanks to MDA Consulting, the sponsor of this category. Here are our finalists. They are Advantage Financial Solutions, Mortgage Style, Southwest Business Finance, Willowbrook Mortgages, and Windsor Hill Mortgages.
Right, next up is the category for this year. It's a new category for this year, sorry. It's our funder category. With thanks to Bevan Britton for sponsoring this category. Our finalists are Paragon Development Finance, Shawbrook Bank, and Willowbrook Mortgages.
And Bevan Britton, of course, won the legal category at the Bristol Life Awards. Our congrats to him again for that, but our thanks for sponsoring this category. Next is Green Initiative. Thank you to our sponsor, Wilmot Dixon here, where our finalists are Earth Trust from Curtin's Consultancy, Fable and Form, Green Gauge, HYBR, Pitch Air, and Wild Interior Architecture.
Next up is the legal category. Congrats to our finalists. They are AMD Solicitors, Ashfords, Barkin and Kirby, Bevan Britton, and Insight Law. Congratulations.
Now, one to watch. I'll just explain, we've had a little change here. It is a change category. We've effectively doubled up to have one to watch, which is for new companies, and also rising star for an individual. We'll come on to the latter shortly. It's good news, of course, for Horsehall Construction, who this time are sponsoring both of these because we've given, essentially, it's two categories. Next year, we'll see where we come out. Our thanks to Horsehall. Our finalists are here in one to watch: Advantage Financial Solutions, Boxmakers Yard, Fable and Form, Mode Consult, Moose Studios, Pride Consulting IMS, and Windsor Hill Mortgages. It's great to see another roster of emergent companies coming through, and all these companies will have come through during the pandemic times, through which, of course, they'll have learned loads. They're prospering already. Congrats to them.
Our next category is residential agent. Our finalists are Air 360 Property Management, Glover Property Group, HYBR, and Nexa Bristol.
Right, next up is residential development. Warning in advance, it's a properly huge category for a truly booming area. And our thanks to our sponsor, Shawbrook Bank, for this category. Here we go, they are Boxmakers Yard, Legal & General and Urban Bubble, Brabazon from YTL Developments, Bristol North Baths from Berkeley Place, Brook Dye Works, Acorn Property Group, Corton House, Barefoot Architects. That's part one. Part two, Kingsgate House, Harris Evolution, Old Pump House, Newland Homes, Redland Court, Juniper Homes, and Wapping Wharf Phase 2, Umberslade and Muse Developments. Congrats to all those involved in residential development.
The next category is residential interior designer, with thanks to our sponsor, Missiato Design and Build. The finalists are BS9 Interior Design, the Build Bristol Group, Clayton and Company, EJ Studio, Hannah Redden Interior Design, and TME Interiors. Well done.
Yeah, indeed, well done. It is an achievement, and part of the rationale of the awards is to celebrate all of our finalists. Of course, there will ultimately be a limited number of winners as chosen by our independent judges, but all becoming finalists, we think is a really powerful achievement. We'll be giving various marketing assets, we'll be pushing you as finalists in all categories and helping you promote your businesses yet further, but congrats to those so far. Next up, it's the person one as mentioned, it's Rising Star. Young individuals who are standing out at an early stage of their careers. With thanks again to our sponsor, Horsehall Construction. Our finalists are Alex Karen Brown, AWW, Alex Stevenson, Paul Basham Associates, Emily Katib, Air 360 Property Management, and Tyler Gaston from Vistry Weston. Congrats to all four.
Our penultimate category is suppliers and services. This category is sponsored by JAS Building Services, and our finalists are 299 Lighting, Allied Hire Services, Anti-A Photography, Bespoke Frameless Glass, Flagship Consulting, James Lawley Architectural Image Studio, Moose Studios, and The Property Photographer.
Right, last up in the categories is transformation, and perhaps appropriately, it's another massive category because there's just so much clever transformational work happening in the Bristol area. Max touched on this earlier about the strength of Bristol, and you can just see the transformations happening across the city. Thank you to AWW for sponsoring this great category. Here are our finalists. BAWA from Wild Interior Architecture, Brook Dye Works, Acorn Property Group, Market Quarter Studios, Baldwin Street, Stride Traglown, Old Pump House, Newland Homes, Orchard Street, JAS Building Services, and we have Redland Court, Juniper Homes, Senate House at University of Bristol, J4 Projects, Soapworks, First Base, and again, Wapping Wharf Phase 2, Umberslade and Muse Developments. Congrats to all of our finalists, commiserations to those who didn't make it this time, and yes, for now, it's up to our independent judges to make their decisions. This is just such a great array of Bristol property businesses, from residential to commercial, from lettings to new builds, from civic buildings to bold reimaginings, all coming together once more after these last 18 months to celebrate the very best of Bristol property with Bristol Property Awards. Tickets and tables for the awards on November 12th at Ashton Gate are available via the site, and all the signs are they look set to go, particularly with that big increase in number of nominations. Please do remember that unique, bespoke, etc., official preview published in Bristol Life on October 22nd, then on the day. Thank you to our grand reveal sponsor, Clarkebond, and to Max Thurgood for joining us. Thank you to all our sponsors for supporting us. Thank you for your time in entering the awards this time. Good luck to all of you. This has been a Media Clash production, and this has been the grand reveal of the Bristol Property Awards. Bristol together, always. Thank you.